as I'm driving, I hear this explosion, and I'm thinking, what the hell was that? And I first thing I thought ran through my mind was it a bomb? And I was getting all these death threats and everything else. Well, the crazy thing is the cops show up, the firemen show up, and they say to me, you need to go to the hospital now because we need to check you out. I said, I'm not going to fucking hospital. They have that.
Hey, Kim, how you doing, man?
I'm still reeling from that shit show they had about the Olympics in Paris.
Can you believe what they're doing in Paris? I mean, it's French.
Yeah, but the French people, I understand they're trying to pray against this. They're trying to unite behind their Christian identity, but it's just satanic, Doug.
Yeah, it's beyond satanic. So,
What's up, boys?
hey, Tony, how are you?
Good, man. Everything's good.
Where you coming from?
Oh man, I got my
Say,
truck back.
You're feeling pretty good about getting that truck back?
That's an
or what?
accomplishment.
It feels good, I mean, what a story. I'm in LA doing business in Long Beach.
Yeah, that's your first mistake.
Man, I told you not to go there.
Yeah, I'm in this place, and next thing you know, we hear helicopters overhead, police cars,
So the
crowds of
ghetto
people.
bird.
Yeah, absolutely, crowds of people, and I say to the guy that I'm doing business with, I say, you know what? They must know that I'm here, or they think Kim is here.
You're at a higher level. They don't need to mess with you.
I appreciate that, but next thing you know, bang on the door, guy steps in, asks me, hey, you're the guy with the truck, with the black truck? I said, yep. So you need to step outside. So I come outside, crowds of people, the police approach me, and they say, is that your black truck? I said, yep. They said, come on, crowds of people. I mean, helicopters overhead, cop cars everywhere. It was insane. Walk over, I see that there's a pickup truck smashed into the back of my truck. My truck stopped it solid. It's an American. I have an American truck, built in America.
Thank God for that.
Stopped the truck in its tracks.
You weren't on a main street either, right?
No. Turns out, thank God I wasn't in the truck. Turns out, this guy was being chased by the police.
Yeah.
Because he had stolen a car. He was a crackhead. A white guy actually stole the truck. They chased him, ran into the back of my fucking truck. He jumps out, jumps into a couple backyards, gets attacked by pit bulls.
So it's that kind of neighborhood.
They kind of fucked him up, and yeah, but I mean, unbelievable considering what happened to me a couple years ago.
I know. I was going to bring that up.
I had an SUV, and I was driving down Adams in Huntington Beach, and it was a beautiful September day, perfect day. And I went to my mother's house to see if she wanted to go for a ride. She said no, thank God.
Yeah.
No wind, nothing. Just driving down Adams, and I was getting all these death threats and everything else. All of a sudden, as I'm driving, I hear this explosion, and I'm thinking, what the hell was that? And I first thing I thought ran through my mind was it a bomb? Was it?
No, you told me that. You thought it was
somebody put a bomb under my car, throw a boulder at me, or shotgun blast. Come to a rolling stop, and I get out of the truck and out of the SUV, and I'm standing there in shock. The first thing I did was look in the mirror to see if my head was split open. I didn't even know if I was even alive. It was very surreal, and the rearview mirror was missing. The roof of the SUV was smashed in, and there was dust everywhere, glass everywhere. And I step outside, and a woman comes running across the street, and I hear people saying, he's alive as I step out. And she walks up to me and she says, are you okay? And I said, I can't even hear you right now. I'm in such shock right now. I don't even know what she was saying. And she says to me, you don't know what happened? And I said, no. She says, look behind you. I look behind me, and there's a fucking tree, a eucalyptus tree that was so huge, stretched across 3 lanes that I was in. I was in the far right lane, so I got the brunt of the trunk, and then the 3 lanes, and then into oncoming traffic. So it stretched, it like scraped the tip of the tree scraped other cars going the other direction on Adams. So I get out and I'm walking around, and then there's a drone in the air, and we'll show pictures of that. There's a drone in the air. Some guy had a drone.
What's the chances of somebody having a drone right
Well,
at the minute?
well, the crazy thing is the cops show up, the firemen show up, and they say to me, "You need to go to the hospital now because we need to check you out." I said, "I'm not going to fucking hospital. They have the whole mask mandates at that time going on. It was 2021, I think."
Yeah.
And I said, "I'm not going." And one of the cops said to me, "Are you the guy that told Cuomo to go fuck himself, Chris?" Are you the guy that told Chris Cuomo to go fuck himself? And I said, "Yeah, I'm the guy." He goes, I saw you, you know. But it was funny. I said, "No, I'm not going. I'm not going to the hospital." I called Will. I said, "Will, you got to come down." He goes, "What's going on?" I got a tree fell on me. He said, he's I can hear him laughing in the back. He just laughed, and he said, "No fucking way." So
Like, a tree hit you.
a tree hit me, yeah. So he shows up, and they see the fucking tree, and they already have construction crews chopping it up, you know, and so what I did was instead is I got a ride here, and I sat at the bar with glass all over me, just ate fucking lunch because I wanted to forget about it.
Hey,
But
Tony,
yeah,
this is a hot take,
yeah,
but you know what? You got to consider this badge of honor, close call,
yeah,
good luck.
yeah.
You know, like the bullet
Yeah.
that grazed Tony,
Yeah.
Trump's ear,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The
Well,
tree- if it's coming at you, but it misses you.
it's
you-
now happened 3 fucking times. I'll talk about the other one another time, but it's 3 fucking times now.
But
The
this is-
odds. The cops said it was like 40 million to 1 that it happens when you're driving your fucking car on a sunny day. They call those trees widowmakers
Yeah.
because they have
Yeah.
shallow fucking roots. But the one guy walks up to me. He's like a Spicoli guy at a Fast Times Ridgemont High. He's walking up. "Dude, I saw it. I watched the whole thing. You're cruising down. I see the tree falling." I'm going, "Oh no, that guy's gonna get killed." Hits your fucking truck. Your truck comes to a stop, rolls over the side of the road, and I'm watching going, "That guy's fucking dead." And then I see this guy get out and just kind of go like this, and he said,
Brushing it all off.
"Dude, that was epic," you know. That's exactly what he said. It was kind of funny, but yeah.
No,
So
I mean-
twice
Crazy.
now.
near misses, but you know what? It's a miss.
Well, I'm glad I
You
wasn't
know
his
what I
last time sitting in my truck, so it was.
We're
a
not-
miss is a win.
I'm not driving with you in any cars you have.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah.
What
And
are
we'll
you
talk about
talking
the third
The
one.
guy's got luck.
Well, I know. He has luck. Maybe I wouldn't, though.
Oh,
God, hopefully, he's on my side. I feel like he always is. I feel shielded
Yeah.
by him always, and I feel strengthened every day. When things like that happen, I tell people, what doesn't kill you truly does make you stronger.
That's true.
It really
I
fucking
believe
does. Yeah.
I mean,
So
I mean, all
Kim,
kinds of thoughts. Like any plane landing or crash you can walk away from is a good landing.
absolutely.
Any tree collision.
Yep.
That you can walk and dust yourself
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
Any high speed felon impact on your vehicle
Yeah.
that misses
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
This is a good deal.
It's just unfucking believable. So, how was your week, Kim? You were out of town for a couple days,
You know, Tony. You know, I travel a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I kind of had some.
and I've never seen somebody that can get from point A to point B faster than fucking
I
him.
know.
Well, I mean, I'm the transporter.
It's
Yeah.
just,
I got something for you, Tony. I was up in Northern California.
yeah.
And I ran into a fan of the show.
Really,
Yep. And her name's Holly.
Holly.
And Holly has got a thing for your show. Big fan.
Mhm.
And so she presented a present for me to hand to you. So
Really?
yes, and I got to hang out with her.
You
And
fucking serious?
yeah, and big fan of the show. Lovely woman. And
Holly, it sounds. Has she been in
We
here?
know
she
her?
said she was in
Yeah.
here with her daughter. I got to see.
I wonder if she's the same person that was with her daughter, because I remember the name Holly. It's not a
They're
very
doing
common
something
name.
dance. In
I
San
wonder if
Diego.
they were sitting right there,
I
at the
mean, I
corner,
wasn't here. I
at my
wasn't here.
mother's table, where me and my mother used to always sit. Yeah, I think they brought in her, Holly brought in her granddaughter. I think I remember them because they were amazing, and they had an impression on me. I remember them.
Well, I mean, her daughter was
I
doing
wonder if
something.
it's the same person. Yeah.
Her daughter was doing something in San Diego.
Yeah.
They said they had to stop
Yeah.
here. I hung out with her for like an hour and a half, just talking to them, and met her lovely family. Everybody was cool. Big fans of you. Big fans of your show. She
That's
said she
awesome.
had something for you, so I said, "Give it to me. I'll bring it to her."
As you know, I don't like the word fans. I like the word supporters, believers, part of the army.
She's a supporter of the show.
Fans are for people in Hollywood. Like I'm not a fucking. I don't want fans. I want supporters, people that stand with me.
Exactly.
It's not about you though. You know what it is? She's a fan of what you're doing
I appreciate
because what you're
that.
doing.
A supporter.
But she's a fan. I'm a fan of what you're doing because you know what? It's an idea.
I
And that's
appreciate
bigger than any man.
it. Thank you.
That's bigger than you. That's bigger than all of us. That's bigger than Trump.
Before
I'm a fan for making America great
to
again.
have a rap gift like this is amazing. Let's have Will, so it's not a distraction. make us a cocktail. We'll. I told them earlier before I walked in. I called them and I said tonight I'm going to have a whiskey alla limone, which is an Italian whiskey sour. Will,
Is this like a dinner or what?
tell us what's in it. Will, tell us. He's got an egg in his hand. Go ahead.
I saw that.
Okay, Will, what is it?
What's the egg for?
The whiskey sour is like a traditional. It's a traditional whiskey sour. You're doing the egg white. You go to a bowling. The first whiskey sour I had was at a bowling alley. They didn't make it like with an egg white.
Yeah. So the whiskey sour, the Italian whiskey sour that we have, the signature drink, whiskey alla limone, is made with an ingredient that's Italian because everything we have Italian in it, right?
Tony, open the gift. I want to see.
So Italicus is based on a Italian liqueur that is pretty ancient. It's from the 16th century. Rosolio, which is a Italian liqueur, this is based on, and it was made in the 16th century by Florentine nuns. So, yeah,
What
I
is
can't,
this, a
I can't
history
wait to try
class?
it. Yeah.
You sell so much about it, you know
So I'm gonna open this. I'm honored that somebody.
No, you know, I'm just kidding. I like history, Tony.
Did you wrap this, or somebody really
She
wrapped
wrapped
it?
it and she gave it to me.
Wow. I mean, it's just incredible.
So I told her I'd give it to you.
I mean, wow. Thank you, Holly. I haven't even opened it yet, but thank you again once I open it. Oh my God, she's got a note here. Thank you for your dedication to our American way of life. It matters how we stand. Love, Holly.
That's what she's a fan of, right?
I mean, really?
How we stand.
Wow.
How we stand. She's a fan of that.
Holly, thank you to you and your family. And I'm going to open it now and see exactly what it is.
Looks like a hockey puck.
Looks like a hockey puck. It does. I feel leather, which I think is really cool. Holy shit.
Awesome. Oh my God, look at that.
These are fucking drink coasters, cocktail coasters. And they're leather, and it's got our logo on it. We'll show that. The name Roman rules and the gladius sword.
Let me see one.
Check that out. You got to use one. You got to use one. I'm going to use one. Oh my God.
Roman rules.
And we're using these. We're using these for now on. When we drink, we're using these.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Those Roman rules coasters.
Yeah.
It's
Gift,
very cool.
right? Fucking cool is that?
Let's give an initial toast to Holly.
Here's to Holly.
To Holly.
Golly, man.
Awesome. Thank you.
I thought you give it.
And don't put your water glass on it yet. It's gonna be your actual drink. Oh, that is your actual drink.
This is my drink.
Okay, so
Alright,
Doug and I
I'll
are
put
next.
mine. I'll leave mine off.
Doug is making.
You know you got enough coasters, you can do both.
Yeah. Doug is drinking. What are you having tonight?
He's gonna make a nice drink for me. I'm not
Well,
sure.
I'm making you the whiskey alla limone.
Making him one too.
Oh, I'm gonna do it's kind of the
A little.
brother sister drink to it. I
A
don't
little
know.
Which one is that one?
Well, they're both egg white. They're both kind of egg white base.
So what's the other one?
Well, the other one. So this one's a whiskey sour, the Italian whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Got it.
You got
Good.
you got the Italian,
Oh
you
my
got the bold
God.
rye. You know, the lemon juice is gonna cook the egg white down. It's not gonna poison you. You know, because typically you don't want to eat egg whites raw. So the lemon juice, the acidity of the lemon
Why not?
is gonna burn up.
The acidity
You
what?
do you got it. You do
The
what
acidity-
you do, but most people don't.
The acidity what?
The acidity in the lemon is gonna burn down
The alleged
the
bacteria.
bacteria.
Alleged.
in the egg.
Yeah.
Got it.
Whose
Okay.
is this?
Well, that one's for Tony, of course.
There you go.
But I mean, if you want to check it out, it will separate as time goes on. It's very foamy now, but it will separate. I'm gonna make Doug.
I like the foam,
sister
so
drink.
good.
Looks like a milkshake.
You know, you got the
Go ahead,
whiskey sour.
put it
you
here.
have your amaretto sour,
Beautiful.
somewhat similar.
On Holly's coaster. How about that? How
That
fucking
looks
cool
awesome.
is that, man? Wow.
Look
It's
at
your
that.
coaster.
It's
Thanks, Will. Yeah, but she gifted it to me, and I appreciate it. It's beautiful.
It's all engraved. It's so nice.
Isn't that
so
nice?
Beautiful.
How thoughtful, right?
And like if I want to get Will's attention, I can just like
Oh no, you won't have to do that. You can just speak.
speak.
It's amazing.
All right, I'll try that.
Amazing, Will.
Just show up. We always see when you're here.
So the Biden thing.
It's amazing what's going on with that. I can't believe that the guy bailed out, and we got Kamala Harris. What are we gonna do with her?
You see
Well-
the contradiction, right? If if he's not good enough to run again, how is he good enough to run our country for the next 5 to 6 months?
Careful with that. And I tell
Yeah.
people this
We
because
don't want her.
if you start fucking saying, look, people on our side have already wanted him to step down. He stepped down. I said in the last time we sat down here, be careful with what you wish for.
Yeah.
Now, if you are now hoping that he steps down, if she steps in as president, you now have her in the Oval Office.
Home court advantage.
Home court advantage. She will now have the
It goes
fucking
down in history.
what?
It goes down in history as her being the first.
Yes,
female
and she will have the
president.
presidential seal in
We
front
don't-
of her,
Mm.
right?
We don't
And the
want that.
problem with that is
Yeah.
now you have somebody who if something good happens in the next 90 days, let's say she's president, let's say she's made president right now. If something happens good for her accidentally in the next
She'll get
90 days,
credit.
she'll take
Exactly.
credit for it. People will get used to it, and I am not confident in the American people right now in making
Judgment.
good judgment, right? And the sheeple. Listen, I was at a traffic light the other day. I see this fucking person. The government controlled traffic light turns green for it says walk, right? The person there's traffic coming. The person doesn't even look. They just trust the government. They fucking walk out. Don't even look. My truck could have ran him over, and my fucking tires would have grinded him up. They just walked right out. Didn't even fucking look. Second, I see these people. This is a sheeple test. The other test is people who get on those fucking on-ramps on the freeways. The light turns red, the light turns green, the light turns
metering
yellow,
lights, yeah.
and they're sitting there and they're fucking actually paying attention to it, right?
Especially
And
when they're the first car.
Yeah, every person I see that pays attention to the traffic light on the on-ramp is a fucking sheep. Okay? Blow that fucking light, get on the freeway, go about your day.
Exactly.
So
Beautiful. Thank you.
It will separate.
So I'm not confident. So if he steps down and she steps in, she's gonna have exactly what you said, home court advantage.
All right.
And
I mean, she's
You know-
she's really a weird lady.
Yeah.
She's a weird lady.
She is.
She's really stupid.
Yep.
I mean, she got her position initially by sexual sleeping around.
Well, we talked about that last time we were here, right?
But I mean, let's just go down the list.
Yeah.
I mean, then what? And then she became what, the first DEI?
What people don't understand is that she was DA. She was the DA of San Francisco when San Francisco started to go to shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when she was there, do you remember a lovely young woman named Kate Steinle?
I do.
Yes.
I do. We had rallies for her in 2017.
Kate
Yes.
Steinle was shot by an illegal alien scum
Mhm.
that fucking came here. He came here. I think he was arrested 7 times. He had 7 felonies, I think. He was deported
6 times.
6 fucking times.
They
6
came
fucking
back
times.
every time.
And he was here because she supported sanctuary cities.
What about the gun? The gun was a stolen
It was
gun.
planted, right? Wasn't
No,
planted?
it
or
was
something?
a,
Stolen
it
gun,
was
I
a
think,
stolen
that he
police
found or
officer's
something.
gun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
a
like-
police officer got burglarized or something.
Yeah.
The guy
So he
stole
had
out of the cop's car, I think, and then used it.
Yeah.
And then his story was, I know this story, every angle story. He initially claimed, "Whoa, no, I was just shooting at the SEALs."
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh no, I dropped the gun, it went off."
Yeah.
But like, to me, like, the haunting words are, and I yelled this when Gavin Newsom came to Huntington Beach and he was at some local school. Her dying words were, "Dad, help me."
Oh man.
And she died in her father's arms. So her blood is on Gavin's hands.
And
Kamala
that
Harris?
fucker got off on a
He did get
technicality.
off, Yeah.
No, he got off on jury nullification
On it.
because the San Francisco jury let him go. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Jury nullification because her life didn't matter.
Yep. And she through her office, she put out a statement that says, "We are a sanctuary city, a city of refuge, and we will be forever." She is the reason why that shit happened to Kate Steinle. Okay?
Mercy to the wicked is evil.
Yeah.
Because they deserve to get their just desserts if they're like
Exactly.
killing people. Like, she's not a good person. She's, I mean,
What about also because there was a law that the Republicans after that were trying to pass, a reentry act, which was basically going to make it a felony and automatically deport these people when they were caught.
Yeah.
It still hasn't fucking passed because the Democrats, the evil fucking Democrats, the anti-American devil Democrats stop it every time. And she supported, she was against that act. She voted against it. She pushed against it. She stood against it. And because of her sanctuary city policies, and because she's against the death penalty, or she was in San Francisco. Do you remember the family, the Bologna family, Italian family? Tony Bologna and his family, Michael and Matthew, okay? They were coming home from a barbecue, and they were at an intersection. And this piece of shit scum fuck, MS-13, fucking gangbanger, blocks their fucking car, gets out with an AK-47, and fucking kills them, blasts them, kills all three of them.
For what?
Blocks away from. Well, later he said he mistaken them for
Other people.
rival gang, which is ridiculous. They're Italians.
Yeah.
They don't look like a fucking MS-13 El Salvadorians.
Yeah.
He fucking shot him, killed them all. The one son, the third son, survived. Kamala Harris, even with that case, she blocked the death penalty. She did not want the death penalty for them. So
She's pure evil.
the worst part is, I remember when I heard about that fucking case, I was devastated. Devastated. Well, they're Italian for one. They're Americans, and they were a nice family. To hear the story, I remember she would go on the radio and she would tell the story. But I looked her up the other day. I was thinking about her, and I looked her because of Kamala.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch. I looked this family up. Do you know the mother of those children, the wife of that husband, her and her daughter, the surviving daughter, were fucking killed in a head-on collision last year.
No way.
The whole family's wiped out. There's another guy that she enabled. This fucking gangbanger killed a police officer with an AK-47. And what happened was this gangbanger killed this police officer, pulled him over, routine traffic stop. The gangbanger blew him away. His name was Isaac Espinoza. You know, and we have to hear these names. These are real fucking people.
You can remember him.
Yes. Killed him. They wanted to get the death penalty on him. They wanted to file the death penalty charges against him, and she blocked it again. And she has a thing called she has a freedom fund. I don't know if you know about this. She backed the freedom fund. I think she was part of it. This freedom fund donate money to these people in Minnesota during the whole George Floyd thing.
The
rapists,
BLM.
fucking murderers.
Yeah.
And the Freedom Fund. You would think the Freedom Fund would be for J6ers like you. No. The Freedom Fund is for rapists and murderers that are on the street right now because of fucking Kamala Harris.
I remember when they were bailing out the BLMers right and left, and I languished in jail for 70 days for swinging my megaphone at a guy with brass knuckles that's punching women after he came to attack me. So this woke virus, it's even in the minds of Republican Trump haters like Todd Spitzer, the DA here in Orange County. I mean, he's got more in common with Kamala than he does with people like us.
Yeah.
Tony, come here real quick. Lean in. You got your collar. There we go.
Thanks, man.
You know I'm always looking out for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Kamala Harris, just showing off my chest hairs. I don't have any. But Kamala Harris, she should face a death penalty.
I think treason.
She should face the fucking death penalty for the deaths of these people. She contributed to their deaths. And if we start holding people like her accountable for contributing to the deaths of innocent people, people may finally change.
You got to send a message.
Yeah.
Doug, what do you know about her? What do you think?
I know her policies are Marxism, pure and simple, from the beginning.
Well, you know what? Speaking of Marxism, I got one.
I got something.
Because what she did, right? There's this African American singer, pretty famous, I guess, called Nina Simone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I
And
heard her.
and so I just recently heard that Nina Simone's family, when she passed away, they were in charge of her estate and her image and marketing or whatever. So Kamala Harris, according to the family, targeted them, said her daughter and granddaughter were misappropriating funds from the estate of Nina Simone and her image and everything. like said to the tune of $2 million. I mean, that's their inheritance from
Yeah.
Nina Simone.
But she's a woman of the people, right?
But she's a woman of the people, so we're going to
Yeah,
take from them what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine, right?
Yeah,
That's the Marxist communist, right?
Yeah.
She
Exactly.
takes from this family, the daughter and the granddaughter, finds them $6 million, and then as settlement, what does she? Oh, and then I think there's like an additional $2.5 million in interest.
Yeah.
Right. So just economically, just like hits them hard, and then the settlement, she makes them a deal. You're going to sign over the estate of Nina Simone. So the family no longer has the rights to their mom and grandmother's image, name, music.
She sounds like a slaveholder to me.
Yeah.
She's a thief, and you know what? She's descended from slaveholders.
Bang. There you go. Listen.
But she's only a quarter African American.
Yeah, but she calls herself black.
Her father was from Jamaica.
When you call yourself black too, that's a racist thing. That's what they did in those fucking days. They called themselves black first. Always. You could have a drop of black blood, but you called yourself black.
Well, now because of the DEI.
But you think about it, if Trump can't beat her, if Trump fucks this up, he should just go away and shut the fuck up. Because you know what? I looked at the list. She ran in 2020, right? She ran in 2020 for the Democrat nomination.
But no votes.
She didn't get
Okay.
any votes.
Look at the I got a list here of the people. I wrote this down today. The people that were she dropped out before this list of people. She was polling so fucking low that these people polled above her and stayed in longer than she did. Okay, you ready for this list? You don't know half these fucking people. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Julian Castro. Who the fuck is that?
Don't know.
Marianne Williamson. Cory Booker. Yeah, he's a traitor. We know who he is.
Yeah.
John Delaney.
Don't know.
Joe Walsh. Wasn't Joe Walsh a guitarist for the Eagles?
Yes.
Fuck.
What's he doing?
Joe Walsh. What's he doing on this list?
Is he still alive?
Michael fucking Bennett. Andrew Yang. What a
Yeah,
loser.
he was a loser.
Deval Patrick.
Yeah.
Tom Steyer.
Yeah.
Pete. I want to say but something. I'm not going to say his last name. Every time I say it, I get pissed. I'm not going to say that fucking name.
Jedge, right? Buttigieg?
Yeah, his name is deserving. Amy Klobuchar.
Klobuchar.
Bag lady fucking Elizabeth Warren.
Yes.
Pocahontas.
Bill.
is her name.
We didn't want to use that word. That's stupid.
That's what
Fuck,
Trump would say.
Yeah, he's she's a bag lady.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. Pocahontas is not good. She's a fucking old bag lady.
Well, no, but
Well,
she used
Bill
her-
Weld
She said she was Indian and got special treatment.
and Tulsi Gabbard, who's a fucking traitor, who's a
Yes.
fraud. She's a woman who's a fucking Democrat who pretends to be a Republican all of a sudden because she sees an opportunity in the right lane. Anyway, I'm fucking hungry.
Well,
Quinn.
You know, Tony.
What are we eating tonight, man?
Sounds like
You got something for us? Quinn's in the kitchen tonight. We're gonna tell Quinn's story one day. Quinn's got a great
man,
fucking
it's
story.
amazing
As
story.
far as all these people that she was outvoted by, right?
Yeah.
They
Well,
were
she
voted
got
more.
she got no votes.
She got no
basically.
votes, but
Yeah.
yet they keep saying we got to save our precious democracy, right?
Yeah.
Well, like then they just
Yeah, thanks,
what
man.
shoehorn her in. She got no votes.
Yeah.
So they're just hypocrite
Come on,
lies.
what do we got, man?
Yeah, so what I made for you guys tonight is called carpaccio. It's a very thinly sliced
Carpaccio.
Sorry.
Carpaccio. Got it.
Yeah, so it's a very thin slice of filet mignon
Filet mignon.
topped with carpaccio.
Pecorino cheese.
Yeah, arugula, pecorino cheese.
Yep.
Capers, and
Yeah.
then lemon juice and salt and pepper.
Beautiful,
That's
man.
so awesome.
I'm hungry, so let's have some.
Light and refreshing.
Yeah, very light, fresh.
Who you serving first?
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
So Tony.
Just had to have it said.
Thank you, man. Quinn is a favorite around here. Quinn brings he's a man. Quinn brings positive energy all the time. I'm so proud of him. His story. He's only how old are you now?
22.
22.
Wow.
His story is incredible. He's a grown ass man. This man
That's
makes
all.
grown men in the 30s and 40s. He puts them to
We-
shame.
We could do a whole podcast on
We're
this
going to
story.
sit you down one day when you're going to tell you and your mom are going to tell your story.
That'd be great.
Great
Quinn
story.
makes jokes.
and he's funny, and he's always positive, and yeah.
Here, why don't you take this one?
No, Quinn's gonna sue me. You go ahead.
You pass the olive oil? Is there enough olive oil in there?
Olive oil, yeah, I get it.
Where's that olive oil?
I get it.
Vance, Olympics. Come on.
Oh, sorry, Kim.
I'm good. Thank you, Quinn. Oops.
All right. Here's the
Cheers, guys.
carpaccio.
Here's the carpaccio, man.
Carpaccio and salute, quetze, amore.
Thanks for the olive oil, guys. I put olive oil on everything. If you squeeze my skin, olive oil comes out.
Yeah.
My dad used to put olive oil in his hair.
Oh yeah,
When he was
that's old school.
young man in Italy.
Remember that time we had that when they were trying to close you down? Newsom was trying to close you down, and I said the only way they can close you down,
If they stop the supply of garlic.
garlic and olive oil.
That was funny, man. That was a good one. Is that good or what?
You know,
Beautiful.
this is like a light, refreshing, but like nutrient-rich
Pure protein.
entree right here.
Pure protein too, right?
Yeah.
No carbs. People when they come in here, if they're working out, they're dieting.
So good.
Yeah.
We say enough about Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
I don't want to spoil my appetite.
Trump made a mistake already. Listen,
What do you do?
the last
Who knows?
4 years ago, he made the mistake of the people he surrounded himself with.
Exactly.
He's bad at it. I said his Achilles heel. He picks the wrong people to support him. I don't know who's advising him, but the buck stops with him. You know, this JD Vance. You know what I said.
Yeah. It's coming true.
Everything I said is coming true. 2 sit-downs ago, when we had our show, sitting here, I was angry about who he chose. JD Vance, terrible choice. He picked him, and I said it was a big mistake. It's turning out to be a big mistake. Listen, I just found out. You guys probably heard it too, that when he was in law school, at Yale, he was hanging out with a tranny, a freak. Like,
I didn't hear that.
have you ever hung out with a tranny?
Not that I can remember.
Not that you know of.
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Yeah. So, he was.
Why would I be hanging out with a tree?
I mean, like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like this fucking guy is hanging out with a fucking tranny and exchanging emails, and now it's come back to haunt him, and it's come back to haunt Trump, right? It's come back to haunt fucking Trump.
Yeah.
And the guy's saying things like in the emails to this tranny that I think it was a woman turned into a man, trying to turn himself into a man. You can never fucking turn yourself into a man.
Yeah.
You have balls or you don't. But this guy apparently was telling this tranny that Trump was morally reprehensible and that he hates police. JD Vance said he hates police, hates fucking police.
Yeah.
And he said the more white people that vote for Trump, the worse it's going to be for black people. And this is the fucking guy. I said to somebody tonight when I was sitting here at the bar, I said, you know, he could have chosen a guy pumping gas at a gas station, and he would have been a better choice as vice president. A guy that, like, let's say Trump rolled up in his fucking limousine, and the guy pumped his gas, and he said, Trump, man, I love you, I follow you, I'm supporting you, I'm a diehard. That guy would have been a better choice. Yeah. Okay? So JD Vance is his Achilles heel again. And JD Vance also, I saw that when he married his Hindu wife, he dressed in Hindu garb with a dot on his fucking head. Listen, and then he switched from eating meat to a vegetarian diet. We know who wears the pants in that family. And the other thing too is
He doesn't know who he is. It sounds
he,
like
he doesn't fucking
because
know.
I
who
heard
he
he
is.
Been all
changed his
over.
name 3 times.
Did he really?
Yeah, so JD Vance is his third name. Like I think his first name was Bowman, and then he had another name, and JD Vance is his third name. So it sounds like the guy.
JD Vance is a
Last name,
punk.
too.
His last name has been changed.
JD
3 times.
Vance, the vice presidential candidate, is a fucking punk. And you know what's funny? I was here tonight, and there was a group of 4 guys sitting at the corner table where my mother and I used to sit, where the roses are, commemorating her, because we called her Rose. People called her Rose. And God, I miss her, man. Fuck.
Me too.
Man.
I think about
Anyway,
her all the time. I think about her all the time.
So these guys were talking to me, and I was thinking about JD Vance, and they were asking about the cannon. We have a Civil War cannon sitting in here to represent the fucking war that we're fighting right now.
Is it civil or is it revolutionary?
It's a
Civil War.
Well, I'll get to that. It's a Civil War cannon. If anybody wants to come in here, I'll tell them the story, the actual details about it. But the Civil War cannon, the funny thing is that when I got the Civil War cannon, I said, I need cannonballs. So I called the fucking guy and I said, I want cannonballs for this thing. He goes, well, the ones I have that fit that cannon that you have are Revolutionary War cannonballs.
Okay.
So he says, if you want, I'll send them to you. So he sends them in a bag, and you could see they've been dug up. They've been in the soil or the ground or the ocean for hundreds of years. You could just see the residue and the stuff caked on, and they're like prehistoric almost, right?
Yeah.
So I call him and I said, you know what? I forgot to ask you. Like, I need to know that I like backstories on things. I like history. So I asked him, tell me the history of these cannonballs. So he tells me the battle. It's somewhere in
Off the coast of Maine.
off the coast of Maine or New England, New England someplace. So I research it, and I find out that the cannonballs, they're small cannonballs because they fit in the cannon.
Yeah.
And I find out that the cannonballs came from, they dug them up from a battle off the coast of New England, off Maine, I think.
Yeah.
That was led by who? Benedict fucking Arnold, a traitor, right? Benedict Arnold. And they lost that battle. So I call him up and I said, look, you sent me fucking cannonballs from a loser. This guy's a fucking loser and a traitor. And I said, I'm not going to use these. So I have them in a bag in the back office. I have them right now in the restaurant. And I tell people that if you betray me, you may not know it, but if you're a fucking traitor, I'm going to hand you one of these cannonballs as a gift because you're a fucking traitor. And so it's symbolic of your treason, you know?
Yeah.
So I save it for people who have betrayed us.
So you're repurposing them,
Yeah.
and you know what? You're
They
actually
look like little meatballs.
they're meant for bad, but now they're
Small.
good,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And thinking about traitors,
Yeah.
like you talking about betraying Jesus Christ, the Olympics.
What's going on over there?
Well, it's France. So,
yes.
And what did you say about France?
Well, okay. You know, World War II, probably one of the most famous generals ever was George Patton.
I love fucking.
It-
I love George Patton.
Yeah, he's amazing. The
A lot
movie,
of-
the
a lot
movie
of-
was pretty
A
close.
lot
to
of
reality.
f-bombs. A lot of
But
f-bombs.
He didn't mince words.
And what do you say about f-bombs? What do you say about
He says it's important if you're,
if you're leading an army?
exactly.
Yeah.
If you-
So go ahead.
You gotta get people's
Anyway.
attention.
So go ahead.
So one of his big sayings was that he said he'd rather have a German division in front of him than a French
Army.
one behind him.
So you'd rather have the German army in front of him than the
French
French army behind him.
Exactly.
I fucking
What does
love
that tell you
man.
about France?
That is.
I mean,
You
Even-
go figure.
what?
It's true.
Picked that up here and I brought it up in.
Well, you like that, huh? Thank you, man. That was great. We eat it all? We eat it
No,
all?
we did.
We ate all of
made
it?
all. Yeah.
Well, these aren't
You wanna
home
make
meals.
another
Tony.
You guys hated it.
We hated it. It was
Wanna make
amazing.
another?
Good job, Quinn. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
And he's got to slice that too. And that slicer, when I watch those guys in the back slicing it, I get nervous because, oh my god, that slicer looks fucking deadly.
Yeah. You can take
What do you think?
a
I mean, to be-
finger off if you had to.
To be fair to France, though, I've seen some clips where the French people, the Christians, are filling the streets.
Yeah. Now. Yeah.
That wasn't them.
Yeah.
These were people that were beyond their control, that were pulling these strings, doing this perverse display because
And
it's
they're-
an inversion.
Yeah.
It's like right now we're being bombarded, right? With one stupid thing after another. They got our heads spinning. But at some point, people just got to focus on Christ. That's what they're doing in France. They're pressing into the Lord because this upside down, this inversion, they're making these twisted, ugly, grotesque scenes to try and I don't know what, entertain people. I mean, it's sick, but they have a definite purpose. And I mean, you used to think back in the day, to be on the dark side, was kind of cool.
Yeah.
They don't make it seem cool. They make it seem gross, ugly, like the bearded lady.
Who Doug thought was Taylor Swift.
Well, because she was blonde. He was blonde. The bearded lady, I'm sorry.
Doug,
It looked like Taylor.
Wait, you showed it to him and he said, who is that?
It
Taylor
looked like
Swift.
her.
How the fuck do you even know who Taylor Swift is?
Oh, I have a good story.
I
about
mean, they
that.
pushed
Oh,
Taylor
fuck.
I'll share that way another time.
But you see all this blonde hair, right? You see all this blonde hair.
That fucking beard
I couldn't
and
see
fake
it.
boobs, and it's a
A
man.
big blonde beard.
I
He
couldn't
said-
see the
he-
We're
beard.
sitting outside.
He.
We're sitting
Dr.
outside,
Jesus.
and you showed it. And he said,
It looked like Taylor. What do you think?
I said she too, but it's he. He had a fucking big blonde beard,
I
big
had
blonde hair, big butt, big boobs, right? But he is sitting there mocking creation, mocking everything. And yeah, Doug thought it was Taylor Swift. But Taylor Swift's got no butt. Taylor Swift's
Okay.
got no butt.
I don't know.
I've
I've
never
never
been
paid
to a
attention.
Taylor Swift concert, so I don't know. I don't even know if I can
Listen.
identify a song.
That's fucking funny, man. But the thing is, though, people have to realize that the French, we wouldn't have won the Revolutionary War without the French. The French helped us.
Yeah.
We can bash them all we want. It's funny and the whole French fries thing. But you know what?
It's a different country 250 years ago, though.
Yeah.
Than
But you,
today.
but you know, I the transgender organizers, they had these pro transgender organizers that organized that fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they said that what they presented at the opening ceremony represented basically what France is all about and what it wants to be. And they said it didn't even go far enough. First of all, they insulted a great Italian artist, Leonardo da Vinci. That
Yeah.
pisses me off big
Yeah.
fucking time, right? That's insulting. That pisses me off.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But when you think about when this person is talking about the transgender message, they want to advance it even further, I also heard, I didn't watch any of it. I just know about this
Yeah.
stuff. I heard people
Well,
come to me,
the
tell
whole
me
thing-
the story.
The whole thing is a freak show. It just
Freaks. They're freaks.
I mean,
Bearded lady.
Transgender are fucking freaks.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
They should be in mental hospitals. So they should be mental fucking hospitals. So I'm hearing about this, and I think to myself how they had the Marie Antoinette. They had, I guess they had some guy or some person that was parading around without their head because, as you know, they beheaded Marie Antoinette. And they say that they want to, this is what it represents, what France really is, or what it wants to fucking be. Be careful. You keep fucking letting in the third world into your country from these countries that hate Christianity.
Yeah.
And the heads that will be fucking missing are the French citizens.
Yeah.
They'll be walking at the next Olympics. If they have another one, they're going to be walking around without their fucking heads because the people they're letting in overrun their country, these invaders, they're going to be chopping off their fucking heads. So, and then Joe Biden
Like
steps
they did in Haiti.
Yeah.
Haiti, yeah.
In Haiti,
No one even talks about Haiti
they
anymore.
slaughtered every French man, woman, and child
Yep,
on the island.
yep.
And people don't talk about that genocide.
Don't
At
talk about
all.
it anymore. No, it's over.
But didn't the Clinton administration take care of Haiti? Didn't they raise all kinds of money and they were going to solve that problem?
The whole thing, Black Hawk Down. People need to watch that.
Well,
but
that's Somalia.
Somalia, you're right.
No, but no.
Close,
No, but
close.
Haiti-
No, because Clinton, they solicited donations for these dirt poor, impoverished people in Haiti, and then kept it. But really, why aren't we taking care of Americans first?
Well, Biden's wife, and I'm not going to call her Dr. fucking Jill, okay?
Okay.
Fucking Jill,
One thing about Dr.
that bitch Jill.
she's
What?
not
Don't
a
call her
medical
Dr. Jill.
doctor.
The
She's
bitch
not
Jill.
a medical doctor.
Bitch Jill, yeah. Bitch
Nobody
Jill.
knows that. They
Bitch
she's-
Jill and slut Kamala. Okay, she slept her way to the top. She's only where she is because she was a slut. Okay, so
Who did she sleep with?
Willie Brown.
downtown Willie Brown.
Yeah.
So
He
Jill,
likes to kiss and tell.
fucking Jill, listen. Jill said when she saw the opening ceremony in France, oh my God, she was giddy. She can't fucking believe it. She's
Yeah.
so excited and happy. She said, "How are we gonna top that when it comes to America in Los Angeles in 2028? How the hell are we gonna top this? This is
man.
amazing." Then she said the magic word, Hollywood. She said, "But we have Hollywood. They're so imaginative. They're going to figure it out." So just imagine what they're going to do. If we don't stop this
Their
shit,
plans.
if us American patriots that love this country and want to preserve traditional values, okay, and freedom and liberty and all the things that are the foundation of this country, if we don't fucking step in and fight this like it's a fucking war, in 2028, you're going to see debauchery
Yeah.
on a level that you've never imagined.
And they are at war. You know, the Democratic Party is at war with
With
the American
us.
people.
Listen, I was walking out the other day. I walked out the fucking restaurant. This lady stopped me, and she said, "You're probably a Trump guy, right?" I said, "No, you know what? I'm about patriotism. I'm about America. I don't rely on any man to save me. I'm gonna live my fucking life the way I want to live. And Trump isn't strong enough. Yeah, is he the best thing we have right now to run for president? Sure." But she said to me, Trump needs to stop. He got shot and he went soft, and that was really nice to see that he went. He was a little nicer, but now he's back. He's back to his old ways. I said basically, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. This is war.
These are the
So-
surrender people, though. Like, why would you listen to her on how to fight a war?
Yeah.
Like, what do they know?
Yep.
Like, surrender?
Yep.
Go softer?
Yep.
Compromise.
Like, what has that gotten us so
Treaty.
far? All this
Nothing.
compromise.
Listen. Think about how debased we are now, how degraded we are. So we have the Olympics, the opening ceremony, and our fucking country chooses, and I'm gonna say his fucking name, okay? I'm not gonna call him by his stage name because I'm not going to legitimize it because it's fucking stupid. Calvin Broadus,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
dog something. Dog. I'm just gonna say dog something.
from Long Beach.
Dog something, right? They pick him to fucking carry the torch into the Olympics.
In France?
This fucking gangbanger, this guy that represents gangbanging, fucking marijuana, drugs, smoking weed, this fucking loser,
Rap music.
this rap culture, this loser, fuck him. I hope he sees this.
Maybe he met a nice tranny
Yeah.
and went home with
This
with
fucker,
him.
this fucking guy was almost convicted of first-degree murder. He was charged with first-degree murder and got off on a technicality. You had 7 U.S. soldiers in the Olympics. You have 7 U.S. soldiers right now in the Olympics. 2 are veterans.
Yeah.
You could have picked any one of them, and you chose this fucking scumbag. Is Trump now going to have him speak at the inauguration? I don't know. If you looked at the fucking RNC, you might as well have had that fucking guy there speaking.
I mean, you know what, Tony? I don't think it was an honor that they chose him because given what kind of shit show they put on, I would be ashamed to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I'd be ashamed to even be in France at that time when that was going on. And I don't think that it was a mistake. I think he was right where he belonged. He was right there in the midst of all the perversion, the stupidity.
I'm sick of it.
The inversion, it was horrible.
Will, I'm sick of it.
I mean, I think good.
What?
I think Goody's here. I think Goody's there. Let him be with them.
Yeah.
Because he's not with us.
No wonder you have people burning the American flag. You saw that, right?
When? Where? Which time?
In Washington D.C., all these anti-American. It was the pro-Palestinian
Palestinian
protesters.
guy burning. There was one fucking guy. I wish I had his name.
Who let them in?
He ran in. Yeah, exactly.
Travis Abbott, yeah.
He ran. Did you see that? He
Yeah.
ran in, grabbed whatever remnant he could, got chased. and he said my only regret is that I didn't grab more.
Yeah.
Remnants of the flag. But these fucking guys.
Why do you stop there? Why do you say my only regret is that I didn't knock a few of them down to the ground?
Well, I was going to say.
Yeah.
So for me, the answer would be if I was in charge, if I was in fucking charge, I would have the National Guard warn them once. And if you don't drop that fucking flag and you put that fire out, we're going to shoot you on fucking sight.
Yeah.
Shoot you on fucking sight. And any accomplices, anybody that supported them, we're going to make you burn the flag that you tried to replace the American flag with. So whatever flag you were carrying, we're gonna demoralize you by burning that flag,
Palestinian flag in this case,
in public. And think about the Romans. The Romans, when they had people cross over onto their borders, when they crossed over, what they would do is they would make them denounce their tribal leaders, wherever they came from, denounce them publicly, pledge allegiance to the empire, right? And then they would send them off to these unpopulated Roman areas, to basically populate. But then they would say, you have to serve in the Roman legions to protect Rome. This fucking country needs to start doing the same fucking thing.
Well, I can't go that far. I want to get past, the next year, if they try to pull the crap they pulled 5 years ago, I just hope this time Trump brings the hammer down. He declares the Insurrection Act, and he goes after them harder than they even pretended they were going to go after us.
Yeah.
Because he's got to show them how it's done. No going soft. Maybe this talk about soft and everything, maybe he's playing possum. Maybe it's a rope-a-dope. God, I hope so. God willing, Trump gets back in, and Trump doesn't let him get away with it next time. Because they should be sending them to Guantanamo Bay for the treason, for the election tampering, for the insurrection, for everything they did, from funding these BLMers to get back out. That's insurrection.
Yeah.
That's treason.
Yeah.
Every single thing they did, and he shouldn't stop there. He should go after these DAs too. Trump said, if you spill a drop of American blood, we will find you and we will kill you.
That's a
well,
big
Trump, that applies to America too.
I want to see it happen.
That applies to America too. If
see
these traitors spill a drop of American blood here, you need to find them and kill them too.
I'll believe him when
it happens. We'll see.
I'll believe him when he fires the tranny lover, JD Vance. Speaking of trannies, I don't know if you remember, but when we raised our American flag out here on the 40-foot flagpole, and we had that flag raising ceremony.
July 4th, by the way.
Our Made Men of Liberty friend, Raj showed up.
Yeah.
He's a bounty hunter and he's a comedian, which is funny. He showed up with a lunchbox. And he said, hey, Tony, because he had heard that these trans groups were going to come down here and interfere with the ceremony. And he came down here with a lunchbox. And he said to me, Tony, I heard what they're threatening to do here. And he said, I don't want, he said, I can't eat a lot of garlic. He's half Italian, which is funny. He says, I can't eat a lot of garlic.
Yeah.
So I brought my own lunch, and he had a lunchbox, and he opened it up.
It was a little kid's, it was a little kid's lunchbox.
And he showed me what he had,
Yeah.
and we're going to finally show. People have asked me, what the fuck was in the lunchbox? We're going to show it this time.
All right.
Hey, Tony.
Roger, what's up, man?
What's going on, buddy? Look, I don't do too well with the food here, so I brought my own lunch today.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of lunch this
That's it for anybody that wants to transition the flag.
That's exactly what we need. Thank you, buddy. Anyway.
Any updates on our boy?
Oh, so John Strand, we talked about the last time we were here.
Yeah.
John Strand's out. He got out a day earlier. It was funny. I got a call, and I answered the phone, and I said, "Who is this guy?" Said hello, and I said, "Who is this?" It says John Strand. He got a day early. A J6er got out a day early.
Oh, big
fucking deal.
Treat,
We're gonna bring in and we'll talk to him. One of the things I want to talk about too was. Before I go is I had a really good time with you guys at the Frecce Tricolore event that we went to
so awesome.
at the
Los Alamitos
Los Alamitos Air Base.
Force Base, yeah.
So we get invited. So we talked about this. We had the support team come here. The support team meaning the guys that flew the C-130s, and they have like 100 guys that support this.
They have 10 or 11
these
planes.
pilots
Yeah.
that support. So they go from city to city. They do these air shows. It's Italian acrobatic Blue Angels, right? A version of Blue Angels. They came in here. They ate, and we had a great time. But before they came here and ate, when the commander on the base, the American commander called me and said, I want to bring these guys down. And I want to thank Santosh, a friend of ours that comes here. Yeah. He arranged it. Great fucking guy. A good friend of the team. But he knows everything about planes. But when they called me, said they want to bring him down, it was late. We were going to close. And I said, before you bring the American team down, I need to know, because I don't just fucking invite, I'm not going to stay open for just anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know that these guys stand exactly for what we stand for. And I spelled it out. And he said to me on the phone when I was telling him, he said, send me a text outlining exactly what you just said so I can show it to them. And I said, otherwise they're not invited.
Yeah.
So I sent to him, and he said, so it's about liberty and freedom and about what we stand for here and everything else. He calls me back, and he says, they're on board. So they come down, about 15 of them. They sit over there. We serve them. We have a great fucking time. I talked to them about American culture and about influence of Italians on American culture and how they some of their thinkers influenced our founding documents and everything else. So it was pretty cool. So they leave. We took pictures outside. Great fucking time. The lieutenant colonel was here, the guy that ran the whole show, and they leave. So then they invite us down. They call us and they invite us down. The same commander invites us down to the air base to see them off because they're leaving town. They're going to Sacramento, I think. Yeah. We show up. We drive up. They have, you drive to the gate, right, to the armed gate. They got the guys with the machine guns. And who are you? We tell them who we are. Tony Roman, the group, and go ahead in. We go in. The officer shows up in his car. He says, "Follow me." We follow him in my car, and we follow him to a spot. We park, get out, and he shows us where the jets are, where the acrobatic team is, and the whole support team. Yeah. They're fucking. How far away was
it? It was like a mile.
It was about a mile. It was about a mile. The base is huge. And we're walking
airfield, right?
Yeah, and we're walking by. We're walking through hangars, Black Hawk helicopters, Apache helicopters.
This is the base when the president comes to town, Air Force One. That's where they land.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that though. Yeah. So we're walking and walking and walking and walking. We get closer and closer, and we'll show the video. You took some great video, Ken. Yeah. So we show up there. We're walking, and we finally get to where the planes are. The Italian planes are the famous fucking planes. So we get there, and the group, the support team, they recognized us, and they came over. Right? Hey, Tony, the guy. Hey, these are my guys, and we kind of like, just reconnected. It was really nice. And
there was a buzz. I could see there was a buzz because we were there to visit them. They're wondering who we were.
It was 100 degrees, and we were in suits.
Coats. It wasn't 100.
We're going.
80 feels like 100 to us.
It was
that's what it is.
Yeah, we were in suits.
I think it was 80, but still.
That's how we roll, though.
That's how we roll. So we show up, and it was so fucking cool because the minute I got there, so as we reached the group, the actual group, the support team that I saw came over. Yeah. They saw me. Tony. They come over. They surround me, and they go, "We have something for you." I'm like, "Really? Yeah, we have something for you. We appreciate what you did for us. Yeah. You hosted us at your restaurant. You were so nice to us. We talked about history. We had a great fucking time." So he pulls out this beautiful blue gift bag, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
Beautiful fucking bag, and starts pulling stuff out of it, like these big, beautiful books about the history of the Italian Air Force and the founding of the Air Force, like book after book after book, shrink wrapped. It's beautiful. And then he pulls out this beautiful like coffee table book about the Frecce tricolore, which means tricolor arrows that they have on the planes, the fucking blue planes. Yeah. Pulls it out, beautiful book, and he's telling me, "We want you to have this." And I'm just like got chills. I'm thinking about my dad, who's Italian, who grew up where that air base is, and my mother, who's Italian, and how proud she would be. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, man, if I could get the pilots, the actual acrobatic pilots, to sign this book, so as they're talking to me, I'm distracted. I'm thinking, how do I ask without
Impress your dad.
I don't want to be greedy. I'm very grateful for what I have,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
how do I ask them to have the actual pilots that fly
And they're-
sign this book?
They're way ahead of
And
you.
right fucking then, like you said, they're way ahead of me. They go, we have one more thing. And they pull out this fucking poster in a tube, and they pull it out. We have one more thing. Before I even ask, they pull this tube out. They pull a poster out of the tube, they unravel it, they unroll it, and it's the jets in formation in the sky, and it's every pilot has signed each
On their
jet
jet.
that they fly on
Yeah.
their jet. And I'm like, are you
So amazing.
fucking kidding me? So, and they presented that to me, and it was fucking awesome.
You know, Tony, I mean, I got the distinct impression that these guys were more lovers than fighters. But they
They're
were
Italians.
Cool. They were cool to be
They're
around.
Italians.
They
Yeah.
showed you nothing but love.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what, they gave us the hug, the kiss on the cheek.
They asked us to go to Sacramento with them.
Yeah.
They said we're going to Sacramento now. But what was really
They waited. They were supposed to fly out, and they
Yeah.
hung out with us for another hour and a half.
yeah.
And we're like, "Don't you got to get going?"
Yeah.
They're like, it's okay.
That's okay. They're loading the C-130s. They even said to us, we had a plan. Too bad we had to leave early. We had a plan. We wanted to come down and cook for you and your staff,
Yeah.
our style
Here at the
food.
restaurant.
They said we wanted to shut your we were going to ask you to close your fucking restaurant early. We were going to go in the kitchen and cook for you and your team our style Italian food. I thought, man, are you
tell
kidding
them,
me?
Just defect. Just defect to
defect.
America.
Come down.
You know, we'll find a place for you. We'll get you.
What a beautiful thing. Oh, what was really cool too at the end. So we got to see the planes up close. We looked inside of them. It was really awesome. We told the guy that ran the whole show, if you want to fuck up the chemistry of the pilots, don't hire female pilots.
Our UH-60 utility assault battalion. And so what these guys do is they go behind enemy lines and stir the pot and drop off soldiers.
So did the soldiers, did they rappel down?
Thing's long, huh?
Yeah, they're bigger than you think, huh?
Huge.
Yeah, they're pretty big. This is the Cadillac of helicopters. And as you can tell, the thrust.
UH?
Yes. No, zero. This is basic. No comfort.
These are for the guns, huh? These seats right here.
Yes, this is where the guns go. This is where the. Let's go up this way, gentlemen.
Hey, look at this.
Yeah, it's heavy. You know, you just one thing. Two important. This one is the official book divided a lot of features. That one is a particular one because it's made by the C-130, so they were flying behind the smoke. Photographer taking a picture with like 10,000 watt flash. It looks like day, but was dark.
I'm getting chills. Like you give that to me. Like, I feel.
This one is more important to me, and you know why? Is our headquarters in Rome. Is the book of the building where the Italian Air Force headquarters, made in 1931. An architect ordered, received an order from a name, a general named Italo Balbo. You know Italo Balbo? Italo Balbo gave the instruction to build
That's beautiful. Look at that.
And there is actually it's like that. It's the
Still
same.
looks the same.
Yeah, after 92 years.
Wow. That's so beautiful.
And then there are the other little things. So, but we were talking because we've been talking about, you know, like the history.
I love talking to you guys about that stuff. And I would.
And this one is from Gianni.
Come on.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Scusa.
Dedicated to you with friendship,
Come on.
and it's signed by all of the pilots of the
Come
formation.
on.
And
So
this is
you-
Reggio Calabria.
Come on. Wow. I'm so moved. I'm so honored. I don't know what to say.
Grazie. Grazie.
I can't even express. Even grazie is not enough. You know what I mean?
We really hope you can find a good place in your
In the
restaurant
restaurant.
or your home as you prefer.
Oh, the restaurant.
It's a pleasure for us.
Thank you. That really means a lot. Wow.
This tour is for people like you, so we're very pleased to be with you.
So much. I hope one day we can all see each other again.
A little chat with the general counsel.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
This is the official trainer of Italian Airforce.
Buongiorno.
Student when they start flying with a little propeller plane, and then they move to this type of aircraft. I mean, this is a little bit modified, like it's, you know, he has a little changes from the basic one.
Yep.
But this jet is still the trainer jet for the Italian Air Force. And the reason is, you know, you have a two-seaters, so the instructor is on the back seat and the student is on the front seat.
What is the maximum height you could be to fit in one of these?
How high you're?
That's 6'2".
6'2" is 1 meter 80. We know in meters it's 1 meter 87.
Okay.
So you
Almost.
almost.
But you have to lose weight, right?
I mean, like it's all the parameters.
check
It's
it
not
all.
only the height,
Yeah,
it's
everything. The weight,
legs.
the legs. Oh, he's perfect. And the insignia and the patch is so elegant and beautiful, you know?
It is, because this is universal symbol of fighter pilots.
Okay.
It's a harrow.
It's an arrow.
So we stylish the harrow, like with the 3 arrows, with the color of Italian flag.
Beautiful Italian style. I love it.
It's very, very old school. But this is another feature that make him perfectly suitable for aerobatics, because it's not fly-by-wire, and it means the airplane is reacting immediately. Job, but while pushing with all of your strength. So it's not easy to have the control in that situation.
So for that reason, it's a good reason to keep it all men pilots, right? Male pilots.
No, I mean,
It's okay, we say it.
we
We don't mind.
We actually don't have any concern about this.
Yeah.
We started having women taking part to the selection, because we make a selection for our pilots each year, and they very, very good pilots. So we're no concern about this.
But if
Plus, during the selection, they fly. So
He's not gonna take the bait. He's not gonna take the
But if
bait.
you have a great male pilot and a great female pilot, you're gonna take the male pilot. Come on.
What I want to tell you is that
Don't get on
we're
record
not
saying that.
looking for a great pilot. That's the secret.
Yeah.
We're looking for the person who's fitting better our purpose.
Interesting.
Because
That would be a man.
we each year we have like 10 to 13 candidates,
Yeah.
men and women.
Yeah.
And they spend 1 week with us.
Yeah.
They hold high level profession,
Yeah.
because they hold fighter pilots with at least 700 to 800 flight hour experience. They already had real experience, like Afghanistan, Ukraine, and so on. So we have very, very high level.
The reason why I say that is because in this country,
Yeah.
you have these traditional male groups, right? And they're always trying to jam a woman in there, whether she deserves it or not,
No.
right?
For
Stick
us,
her in
for
there,
us, it's not
ruin
an
the
issue.
chemistry. Yeah.
It's not an issue actually. So since all the candidates are offering already a high level of professionalism, what we focus on is the person. Because this is for 2 reasons. First one, if you fly 700 kilometers per hour, staying 2 meters far from each other in 10 airplanes, you need to trust the guy close to you.
The guy.
Yeah. First the
Not the pilot.
Just the guy.
Ciao Donny. It was
Hey,
a
man.
pleasure.
I miss you guys. Yeah, I miss you
Penso,
guys.
piacere.
You okay? Anything, let me know.
There they go.
All the planes take off, the jets take off, and the last jet did a dip of his wing to say
was waving,
say
yeah.
goodbye
It
to
was
us.
like a wave.
Yeah,
Say goodbye to us,
Yeah.
and off into the sunset.
They were thinking
fu-
about us.
They were-
Off into the sunset they
Yeah.
fucking went, and I will be in touch with those guys, and I'll never forget it. And
Yeah.
the commander of the airbase there, the colonel, he said to us that when they have the Huntington Beach Air Show, he wants to bring us to watch us. He said, I want to invite you guys, a special invite, offer a special invite. Said, I want you guys here on the airbase, watching the air show here at the airbase, watching the planes take off and land.
Yeah.
Which would be incredible. In fact, I just touched base with them the other day. So
Yeah.
it was
All
cool.
the planes are stationed there. They
Yeah.
do the show in Huntington, but they're
Yeah.
everything is there.
Anyway, I had a good time, man. This is a good night.
All right. Another
So was that
another
mean?
great night.
What?
Does that mean it's your time to go or what?
I gotta go.
You gotta go.
I
We
got
got
long-
responsibility or something.
I got a long ride home. It was good though.
We gotta hang out more.
Good night.
Got to hang out more. We'll do it again next week.
Definitely.
All right.
All right.
All right,
See you,
brother.
boys.
Good to see
You
you.
take
always.
care, man. Huh?
Say hello. Say hello to the little ones
I will.
and
Thanks,
the
guys.
wife.
Speaking of Italians,
All
Tony.
right, man. See you, bud.
I mean,
It's always inspirational. These little talks.
well, he's like, even though he's mad, he's raging, he's positive.